Hey everyone, welcome back. So, we're here about to start the most exciting part of the website, which is starting to finally make the bigger changes within the website and starting to build out the website that you need for your business. So, I'm going to show you exactly what I would start with. I usually love to start with the top where I can change the logo, I can change the way the menu bar looks, and I can even change these pictures over here. So first off, I'm going to see what I need. So as I can see that this text particularly, I'm not really excited about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start deleting things. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to go ahead and go to the top and start changing the design of the menu bar because I'm not too excited about the one that we have so far. So you can go to, at the bottom, you can go ahead and go to layout, you can go to the design. I'm going to go ahead and go into the design and start changing things around. So I'm going to go ahead and look through what they have to offer so far and see if any of these menus that they offer stand out to me and something that I would actually want to use. So I actually kind of like this one right here. So I'm gonna see how that looks. It looks alright. It's not the best, so I'm going to go ahead and try and switch that as well. Let me go ahead and try something a little simpler. So I'm going to go ahead and go with this one. Once I pick the one that I want, I'm going to go ahead and customize it now. Customize the design. A lot of times they're going to give you a menu bar that's not the color of your website or the color that you want. So I go in and change things around. Also, they allow you to make even more changes within the header after you've picked one. So you can see that they give you a few options. For example, if you wanted to look a little bit more like this, or you wanted to add something cooler to it. I personally don't like that for the particular goal and vision of my website, so I'm going to go ahead and try something else. I'm going to keep it simple and leave it just like that, and then I'm going to go ahead and I like the background. It's fine. It matches the background that I already have. I'm not going to change anything there. The color of the text is fine. I like that. The hover text, I definitely want to change. I'm going to go ahead and change it to maybe a darker gray or a light gray. So I'm going to do a light gray. For the hover, hover basically means every time that someone hovers over that particular tab, it's going to show them a specific color, so they know when they're hovering over something or they're not. So you can play around with that, add the color that you want, and the color that when it's clicked on, I think the best would be, let's see, I'm gonna do this. Let me see. Let me do this gray right here. So when I thought about this website, I definitely wanted something that's a lot more clean than other websites, as clean as possible. I wanted to have a lot more emptier spaces. I wanted it to have the same colors throughout the website. So my main colors are going to be black and gray and different variations of gray, and also white. And I think those would fit best for what I'm looking to do. So when you're going to go through your website, understand that you want to make sure that whatever theme you want to go after, you want to make sure it's consistent every single page that you go through. Because once everything starts changing from page to page too drastically, people are going to be turned off by that and look at it as more unprofessional, and you don't want to be doing that and giving that impression. So you want to make sure that you're consistent with the colors, you're consistent with the text, type of text that you have. So I'm also going to go back to design really quickly because I want to see if I want to change the actual text, the text type. So you can go ahead and change the text type over here under font. And I'm going to go here and I'm going to go see if I like anything better. Let's see. And basically I'm going to be picking the best font that I wouldn't mind using for other fonts within the website. Like I said, I want to keep as consistent as possible with everything else that I do. So I'm going to look for something that would look good wherever it is on the website. So I like the Futura, however you say it. But let's see if there's anything better. So I'm going to go ahead and start playing around with all of these different fonts until I hit one that I think looks good for my website. And a lot of times it's more personal preference as opposed to what's best, because all of these can look good if it's for the right type of website or if it's your type of thing. I like to also look at other people's websites that are related to my topic and seeing what kind of fonts do they use. Do they use more script? Do they use more fancier type fonts, or do they use more lenient fonts where it can be, you know, anything you want? For example, in terms of, let's say, more lenient, I would say that, let's see, what would be a more lenient font? Something along the lines, I guess a lot of them are very professional, so maybe something like this would be a lot more lenient. It's a little hard to see, but you want to make sure that you're being consistent with that part as well. So you have to understand what your viewers would want to see and not just go off what you think looks good. If you don't know what your viewers want, then maybe try looking at other websites and see what they are already putting, like successful people are putting already, and then utilizing their strategies for your website. And this is going to save you so much time when you can just go see what other competitors are doing and copy them in a way where it's not obviously going to be the same page in the same exact format and everything like that, but it's going to have the same templated format where people are going to like the way it looks because that's what the competitors have and it's already been tested. So go ahead and do that. Also, you can change the theme of the text if it's a more of a site title, a page title, a huge title, large title, things like that. Okay, next. So I like this one, so I'm going to stick with that one. One thing I don't like is the lines in the back of the actual logo. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. You can go ahead and copy it like this. It's going to highlight all those lines and then you can delete them all at once. Or you can go ahead and click to the side and then click on one. If they're not together and you still want to delete them, you can go ahead and click that and then click control and then keep clicking down. And as you keep clicking down, then you can go ahead and right click and delete it, all of them at the same time. Save so much time. And then I'm going to go ahead and drag this back up here and I'm going to change the font and the text to my name. And then maybe I'm going to spread this out a little bit. And now I'm going to change it. Let's see which one I use for this design. Helvetica. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I'm staying consistent with Helvetica. And let me go back. And if you want to use 3 types of fonts, that's totally fine as well, but just don't overdo it. If you're gonna go with a certain font, just stick with that one and just go throughout the whole website. You're gonna see how much better it will look overall. So let's see, Helvetica. There we go. So it's bolded. I can unbold it down here. And there we go. I'm not really too excited about this font. So for now I'm going to leave it, but I'm going to change it later on and show you the changes that I've made. But for now I'm just going to go ahead and leave that for now, and there we go. We can have now the name of the website right there. And also I'm going to change the subtext. You don't have to have a subtext, but if you do, then go ahead and add that as well. It's totally fine if you don't want to add one. My subtext would be the variable is you. So if it's not changing, go ahead and highlight it again, and now it should work. The variable is you. I'm really liking this Nimbus Sans text, so I'm going to actually try and switch that quickly and see how that changes things. Then I'm going to go ahead and actually I'm not going to make it bigger. I'm just going to leave it there, and then I'm going to move it over. So move everything over. And basically you can see how when I move things over, the pink lines pop up or orange lines pop up. These are super important because it shows you how aligned it is with compared to the other parts of your website. So as you can see, if I'm dragging this part right here, it's pink all the way on the top, right? And it's pink because it's actually aligning with the bottom of the menu bar. If I go above, it's going to go disappear because it's not aligning anymore. But if I go down, you can see it's aligned. And now you can easily maneuver to make sure that you're actually staying within the lines and being very precise with where you're putting everything. Okay, so that's it for there. I'm going to leave that there for now. I'm going to make additional changes later on, and then I'm going to come back to that. Also, if you already have a logo, so what you can do is go ahead and My Uploads, go to Images, My Images, and then add your logo. I would recommend if you did have a transparent logo, because then you can add it anywhere on the website, and the background of that logo is not going to be the same all the time. It's going to actually change around. This logo that I found on Google, I'm not going to use but for my actual website, but I'm going to show you how it looks. So I already had it uploaded. I'm not sure why I uploaded it again, but I'm going to add it to the page. I have both of them highlighted, so they're both going to come up. Alright, I'm going to delete one of them. And then let's say this is my logo and I wanted it all the way up here. So my first goal would be to make it a lot smaller so it can fit within that area. And you can see that the background of this logo is not white, it's transparent. So now when I move it over here, no matter where I move it, it's going to stay consistent and nice with the background. So let's say I had my logo here. Let's say I had it like this. Maybe I don't even want this part and I can delete that and just have the logo here. I can have that, and then once I'm ready, I'm going to save that. Since I've already made a lot of changes, I don't want anything happening to the changes I've made. Next, I would go down, I would go ahead and start playing around with other parts of the website on the home page. So for example, I liked this actual gallery, so I'm going to change the images. I don't have the images that I want yet because I want to create them myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the free ones from Wix, just to give you an example of how it would change as we go. So I'm going to do, let's try and look for something really nice. So let's do this one, let's do the city one, and let's do this one. Doesn't really matter. And now you can see that they're added. You can even add more than 3 if you wanted to. It doesn't really matter. There's no limit so much with this, so you can pretty much do whatever you want with that. And I'm going to add the mountain lake. Okay, so I have 4 videos now. I can even move these around. So if I want the first picture to be this, then I can do that. Or if I want it to be last, or I want this one to be first. Easy to move around. And then I can even describe the pictures over here within the title or the description, or I can even add a link to it. So I don't need any links. I just want to add the actual pictures. So I'm going to click done, and it should change everything. And you can see that it's starting to progress and look a lot better now. And once I have my own pictures, it'll definitely look a lot better and fit a lot more with my website and what I'm doing. So I'm going to go back to home and then back to the editor. One thing I don't like is the way that it's zooming in and out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and see if I can change that within the settings right here. So as I clicked settings and scrolled all the way down, you can see that you can have different types of animations and transitions. So I think that I'm going to go with the crossfade. I think that would look a lot better for the actual website. Also, if you want to have the title and description present within that picture when it pops up, you can go ahead and click that, and you'll see that it comes up as well, or just the title, or you can have just the description. I prefer no text for now. I'm probably going to edit an actual photo with text already on it, so I'm not going to do that. Also, you can actually put how long do you want. So I'm going to leave 3 seconds, and I'm going to leave autoplay on. What autoplay is basically when someone loads that part or that page, it's going to start automated loading right away. If you don't want that to happen, you want them to kind of just go on the website, have the first picture show up, and then let them have the option to switch from page to page, then you can just click this off, and there you go. I'm going to leave that on because I like that, and then I am done. So let's go and preview that really quickly and see how it looks now. Now it looks even better. So I'm going to save that first of all, click done, and then I'm going to go back to the editor.